Alright, what's up with y'all, bro? Told y'all I had y'all with another movement tutorial. This is strictly for Warzone, bro. So y'all tune in, lock in. First thing we're gonna talk about is the stuff I get asked the most. Float, how you sway your screen so smoothly. Float, what do you use to YY and to sway my screen, gang. I use a program called DS4 Windows. It's a PC application. No, you cannot get it on console. If there's a console way to get it, I don't know how. But I'm 90% sure there's no way. If you're on console, what you can do to sway your screen smoothly is come here, controller, dead zone, your right stick max, put it down. Okay? The lower you put it, the looser your right stick will be. The higher it is, the stiffer it will be. And how can you YY on console? You can buy something called a strike pack, or you can use the mouse method. If you don't know what the mouse method is, just look it up, man. I'm not gonna go into detail about all that. First things first, and this is something y'all probably might see as simple, but y'all don't really think about when you're playing. Number one thing, the movement is don't run in a straight line. Alright. So let's say my opponent is over here, bro. I don't want to spin in circles. You can do all this, but you see how in the end I'm running in a straight line? This is why you're getting shot in like 2 seconds and dying. You gotta mix it up, gang. Tell the different ways you could go and mix it up, you feel me? But I'm just go through some variations of shit you could possibly do. But the key is changing directions. You know what I'm saying? You can spin in a straight line, but after that, you gotta change direction. So I'm gonna show you a few things y'all could do. It's a million different combos you could throw in there. And another thing is, I say use cover to your advantage. So let's say this is my opponent right here. If you got something like this in between you, use it to your advantage. Use it to pump fake, shoulder, all that. I'm gonna show y'all some examples of that. You want to manipulate the cover, bro. Like, so make him see you a little bit over here, and slide out the other way. Alright, so like, let's say I make sure he sees me a little bit right here. Already slide out and have your gun aimed in. Don't let him see you and then come over here still running. Don't have your gun ready, you feel me? So let him see you. Come over here with your gun ready. Because he's going to be pre-firing, pre-aiming like this. And if you're already aimed in, you're going to be shooting him. He has to turn and look at you. Key is to mix it up and change direction so he never knows like where to look. Leave him guessing, you know what I'm saying? Don't make it too predictable. That's another tip to add to make you like a little more smooth, make your game look a little fluid. That's spinning around corners. So let's say you see this corner right here. Right here, this corner. Instead of just running around it, what I like to do is spin around corners. You throw people off guard because you're turning the corner with your back to them. You slide out. They're not expecting that. So just slide up to the corner, spin off it. You don't even have to slide, just spin off of it, you know? That helps a little bit if you're like using it to your advantage. But don't do it slowly, because if you come around the corner like this, they're going to get shot in your back. But if you're already spinning, you could be ready for a gunfight. You can slide into it and spin. That's another thing I like to do. Just any corner you see, you could bounce off any corner and just spin around it. It's another way to make your game look a little fluid. Even if you don't have a macro, it can still look clean, you know what I'm saying? Just run up to the corner. You can still do it smoothly. You don't need the macro for it to look clean, gang. Alright, this is a big thing that I see with movement players. Y'all don't know how to keep your centering right. So you see the dot in the middle of my screen? It's your crosshair. You want to keep it relatively in the middle of your screen unless there's somebody up. If you know you're about to fight somebody up here, then keep it up here. You know? You don't want to be running around looking at the ground or looking like with your crosshair like this. Because you're not ready for a gunfight, alright? Keep it up. Keep it up, it makes you look cleaner. Keeps you ready for gunfights. If you're running around like this, you gotta lift up to shoot. Lift up and find them and track them and all that. And by the time you're doing all that and spinning and looking up, you're gonna get gunned. So keep it in the middle of your screen. Or if I know I'm about to fight somebody that's down low, look down. You see how my dot stayed on the ground? Because that's where I was about to aim at. That's what you want to do. Keep your dot wherever you're going to expect your opponent. If I'm coming down this ramp, I don't want it centered. I want it down a little bit. Because I know my fight is right here. Don't bend the corner with it up, because you're going to have to adjust like that. Same thing if it's up. If I know my fight is up here, don't keep it centered. Keep it up a little bit. So you're already relatively aiming in the area where they're going to be. It'll just be a minor adjustment to their body. It's a big tip right there. Alright, now I'm gonna give y'all a few tips on how to add some flash to your game. If you don't have a macro, this will help a lot to just keep some, what's it called, to fill the time of when you're running. There's some shit you can add to it to just, you know, make it look a little more smooth instead of just running, trying to YY. Favorite thing to do is probably the punch. I'm gonna show you how to punch. It's like a little spinning punch. Jump, you punch, and you spin. While you slide. Hit the slide button while you're in the air, okay? So jump, punch, and hit the slide button like basically at the same time. Punch, slide. Another one you can do is a throwing knife. Like that right there. Slide and pull out your throwing knife while you're spinning. You can pair it with the jump, slide, and all that. Like you could. It's kind of complicated once you start doing all that. Throw it down. This throwing knife is not the same as Warzone. And you can't look down while you're sliding. But if you're in Warzone, you can look down, throw the knife while you're sliding. Pick it back up, and just keep running. Another thing y'all can do is the reload. Like you YY and shoot a bullet, reload and slide. This just makes you look a little bit more fluent instead of just running around YYing. This is one of the last tips I'm gonna give up. And it's when to pop your stem. A lot of y'all I see, y'all start fighting and then y'all pop it too late. By the time you pop it, you die while you're stemming. You don't want to pop your stem too late, alright? So if you know you're about to fight somebody right here, if you want to get a few shots and then stem and start spinning, you can do that. But the best time to pop your stem, especially if you have two of them, is if you know he's right here around this corner, pop it before you bend the corner, then fight. And then if you need to use the second one, use it then. That's why I try to keep two in my inventory. Go hit an ammo crate or something like that. You can't ADS while you're stemming. Your players are gonna be hip firing until you finish the stem, and that can make you die. I'll show y'all. See, you're gonna be like stuck like that. But if you pop it before the fight, you can still fight. Then spin around and pop another one if necessary, and keep fighting. Actually, I think that's all I'm gonna do for this movement tutorial. Quick, little, simple Warzone movement tutorial. If y'all got any questions, just leave them. I'm gonna answer it, or I'll make a part 2 answering all the questions. You know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all like up the video. Go look at the settings video, the classes video, and subscribe, bruh. Turn them notices on. 2K on the way, bruh. I love y'all boys. I'm gone.